Good morning. Great to see everyone. It is Tuesday, May 11th, 2021, and the time now is just after 8:30. I hereby call to order the Board of Commissioners in our regularly scheduled weekly Tuesday business meeting. As you will note, Commissioner Boyd and myself, Commissioner Morris, are both here. Commissioner DeGroot was on assignment. If everyone would please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Haley, before we move into public comment, do we have any changes to the agenda? No. Okay, fantastic. We have our opportunity for public comment. As those who have joined us before will recall, that's a 3-minute spot to comment on whatever you'd like. And I do believe we have one. Is it, sir, is it Don Richards or Rickard? Rickard. Come on up, sir. And as I shared, you have 3 minutes to address the board. And please introduce yourself.
My name is Don Rickard. I'm a resident of Klamath County. I'm not here as a hostile, Mr. Boyd or Kelly. I am here as a concerned member of this community. The way I see it, your job description, part of your job is to promote Klamath County and make it a better place to live, new businesses, new people. When people move here, you're supposed to open your arms and welcome them. So with that being said, that's part of your job description. Where does address removal fit into that description? What did you do to Lanny Hickey when she openly admitted, right here in this room, I'm assuming, on the air of removing addresses from properties? These are addresses that were given by the state, so everybody in this room and everybody who pays taxes in this state has already paid for that process to be done. Lanny Hickey was either told to do that or took it upon herself to do that, removing addresses. My driver's license says lot and block number. It doesn't say 911. How can you even say that you can remotely do your job with that as part of your, you all sat here and listened to it. The only one that caught anything was Mr. Boyd. And you did, and I was glad to see that you caught she is wasting taxpayers' money. How many years has she spent? I'll have to re-listen to the email that Paul Hansen sent me to find out how many years she has systematically removed addresses. That is something that really, really that's discrimination. When I go to the DMV and the DMV clerk, a man who works for the state, asks me, don't you have a perk test? I'm not going to issue your legal driver's license because, once again, it's a driver's license, so it's totally legal. He told me right to my face, I am not going to issue this as an address without a perk test. He's a state employee worried about something that has to pertain to the county. Was he told to do that by somebody? We're going to find out. We will find out answers to all these questions, or you can come forth and tell us. And when I'm downstairs following a site plan, when I believe her name is Gallagher, Libby Gallagher, pulls up my property on her little computer screen and sits there and says right to my face, you are not entitled to use that water. I have lived in Klamath Falls Forest Estates basically the last couple years I've been gone, because I was drove from my land thanks to your code enforcement.
So you are past your 3 minutes, so if you could just wrap
I
it
will
up.
finish it.
Okay.
But when Libby Gallagher sits there and looks at me and tells me I'm not entitled to that water, I've been driving 30 miles to get water. That's a crime against humanity. my friend. This humanity is about at the end of his rope. I suggest shaping up your ship, because we're not even to the bow yet.
Okay.
Have a great day. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so we do need to review meeting minutes from last week. Did those look okay to you?
They're fine.
Okay, great. So we have an item, we have a couple items, and I'm going to remove my shield just to read more clearly into the recording. We have a couple items that fall under prior approved. The first one is something that came out of tax and property sales. This was the matter of approving the release of an RFP for the master development of the county-owned property on Foothills Boulevard, further described as MAP Tax Lot 3809035000000400. The BOCC and Klamath County had initiated this request as to seek qualified firms to develop property currently owned by the county that rests on Foothills. The county envisions this property, or a large majority of it, be used for development of new housing or other retail. No fiscal impact. It appears that no motion was made, but it was approved by consensus in our April 27th admin meeting. The motion was to approve the release and authorize KCDA to issue the RFP on behalf of the county for that master development of the property on Foothills, rather. The second item that follows under prior approved is an item from Community Corrections related to the fencing material for Project Homefront. As some background for the record, Klamath County applied for and was awarded a grant from the Oregon Community Foundation to purchase and renovate a motel property. A portion of the grant is subject to a holdback in order to fund repairs necessary to prepare the property for occupancy. All repairs must be completed and all grant holdback amounts fully distributed by June 30, 2021. Any holdback amount remaining will be forfeited. Community Corrections is replacing the fencing and needs to purchase material. Corrections will purchase the material and submit the invoice to OCF for reimbursement from the holdback fund. And Community Corrections got the following quotes from Diamond, $24,222.67. From Home Depot, $20,857.55. And the other two could not provide a physical quote. The other two the places that they investigated. So Community Corrections is ordering the material from Home Depot. They have everything in stock. So that fiscal impact again is $20,857.55. And finally, also related to Project Homefront, similar item approved in our May 4th meeting, item 6.3. Again, Project Homefront, very similar, except this is for just repairs, general repairs for purchasing. They investigated quotes from Costco, Mohawk, Home, Clay, Canyon, Teak, Home Depot Pergo, and Home Depot Pergo Wild Natural Walnut, basically two different colors. Community Corrections plans to order the walnut color from Home Depot, the best option for durability, matching for floor transition, and accessibility. The fiscal impact on that is $20,005.38. This was approved in the May 4th meeting by Commissioners DeGroot and Boyd. And that fiscal impact comes out of the Community Corrections Operating Fund. We do have a time certain that starts at 8:45, but I think we might be able to get in one item before that. So why don't we go ahead and do, Mr. Golden, why don't we do your item, 8.1.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Dan Golden, Director, Klamath County Juvenile Department. I'm here this morning for the to request acceptance of a low bid for the KCR construction project, the Phase 1 grading project. Background, Klamath County issued an invitation of bid on March 31st, 2021 for preliminary site work, grading, and utility relocation for the KCR construction project. The bid period closed April 27th, 2021. 2 bids were received. BOCC Construction of Klamath Falls bid $777,777. Rocky Mountain Construction of Klamath Falls bid $432,558. The Juvenile Department recommends accepting the low bid of Rocky Mountain Construction for $432,558. Funding will be reimbursed to Klamath County by the state of Oregon from lottery bonds awarded in 2017. And the fiscal impact is Juvenile Department will expend $432,558 from the KCR Construction Project Fund, and that amount in Oregon lottery bond funds will be reimbursed to Klamath County from the state of Oregon by and through the Klamath County Juvenile Department.
I move that the BOCC hereby approve the bid of $432,558 by Rocky Mountain Construction for the KCR Construction Phase 1 grading project. The Juvenile Department will expend $432,558 from the KCR Construction Project Fund. That funding is in lottery bonds and will be reimbursed to the county from the state of Oregon. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Are there questions for Director Golden? Or comments or thoughts? No?
None.
Okay, hearing none, let's vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Golden.
very much.
Yeah. And good timing. That sets us up for our 8:45 time certain public hearing. This is item 7.1. This is related to the second and final hearing on proposed ordinance 21.08. The proposed revisions will not require a licensee to obtain a license from OLCC if there is no alcohol to be permitted on the premises at the time. That fiscal impact was a publication cost to the Herald and News of $131.99. I move that we hold this second and final hearing for discussion of public testimony, if any, on the proposed ordinance. Again, that fiscal impact is $131.99.
Second.
Motion made and seconded on holding the second hearing. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. Thank you. I don't believe we have a staff report, no? And do we have anyone here to make public comment related to the proposed ordinance? In support? Neutral? Against? All right, hearing no public comment, I will close the hearing. We'll then move to item 7.1.1, which is item that goes along with the hearing. So this is ordinance 21.08, revising County Code Chapter 601 under social games. The BOCC held 2 hearings for taking of testimony and consideration on April 27 and May 11th, 2021 for the ordinance that's attached for final action, no fiscal impact. I move that we adopt and sign the attached ordinance 21.08, revising County Code Chapter 601 social games, no fiscal impact.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions, comments, thoughts?
No.
Thank you for working on this. I know you guys did that. It's those little things that we have to get right, so good job on that. All right, hearing no other discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. We have a couple of board items, but I think I will hold on to those for just a minute so we can get some of the physical bodies in and out of here. Public Works, why don't you come and do item 10.1?
Good morning.
Good morning.
The board has before you for your consideration, an agreement between Klamath County Public Works and Klamath County Community Corrections for equipment rental, primarily related to the hotel project. The parking lot is in need of some crack sealing and slurry sealing, and Public Works has that equipment. We use it at various times of the year, like the crack sealer in April and May, and then it sits pretty idle for the rest of the year, so it's available for community corrections to rent. We just guessed at a dollar amount to not exceed $20,000 to give them flexibility. And we have other small pieces of equipment that they may need to use, like a mini excavator to help load up debris piles and haul them to the landfill.
of understanding between Klamath County Public Works and Klamath County Community Corrections, and authorize the Public Works Director and the Community Corrections Director to sign. This agreement will be in effect from May 1, 2021 through June 30th of 2022. Physical impact is not to exceed $20,000 income to the road department operating budget and not to exceed $20,000 expenses from the Community Corrections operating budget.
Second. So there is an active motion on the table. Any questions for Director Morris? Nope. All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. And then you also have 12.1.
Yes, 12.1. We have a 2001 Peterbilt paint truck, and we recently purchased a new paint truck. We would like to declare the old paint truck surplus property and sell it to Lake County. They have considered the cost and have agreed, their commissioners and Public Works Director, to purchase it. We offered it to several counties through the OASIS email group, and we'd like to surplus that at $80,000. We need to keep it until July 1st. The new truck we're getting training on right now, we need to make sure it works for the next month or so, and then it would be transferred to Lake County. Lake County understands that timeline.
I'd like to make a motion, board, to declare the 2001 Peterbilt paint striper truck as surplus property and authorize the liaison commissioner to sign the property disposition request. Physical impact is $80,000 income to the road department operating fund.
Second. So there is a motion. Questions for the director? Comments, thoughts?
No.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Director Little, you're going to have to wait because you have a lot. Sorry. Mr. Keppel, why don't you come up and do item 10.6?
Good morning. The museum is seeking your approval for an agreement with Adkins Engineering to produce biddable design documents for a deck and a set of stairs outside the Baldwin Hotel building. Our plan would be to demo the existing wooden stairs that have been an eyesore and a hazard for some years and get some work going on putting in some new stairs.
Excellent. I'm so excited that we're doing this. I feel like we've been talking about it for a long time. I move that the BOCC authorize the museum manager to sign the agreement with Atkins Engineering and Surveying for design of the deck beside the Baldwin. Fiscal impact not to exceed $3,000 from the museum department budget.
Second.
There is a motion now. Any questions for the director?
No.
All right. Hearing none, we can vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. 10.7, Vicki.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
This is in the matter of approving the Coronavirus Business Relief Grant Amendment Number 1 between the State of Oregon and Klamath County. It's an amendment to grant number 2515. The federal government, through the State of Oregon, is offering additional grant funds to Klamath County for distribution to businesses impacted by the most recent status change from high risk to extreme risk of COVID-19. This grant expires on December 31st, 2021. The fiscal impact is $602,773.34. These will be revenues to the COVID-19 Pandemic Grant Fund.
I move that we approve and authorize the chair to sign Amendment 1 to the grant agreement for coronavirus business relief with a fiscal impact of $602,773.34 revenue to the COVID-19 Pandemic Grant Fund.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion, which I actually do have some questions and comments. Well, first, interestingly, this was really controversial, if you will, yesterday at the Association of Oregon Counties, because apparently the way they did, so we ended up being in extreme, I think, for a week, and the way that they calculated it out, we came up with this number, and it ended up, others have characterized it as some counties just based on where you hit were sort of winners and losers. We were actually one of the quote-unquote winners. Nobody's a winner in any of this, but anyway, the argument was being made that we got quite a, not just directed at us, but some counties got quite a bit of funding just for that week. So with that said, is the plan, and we can talk about this more in more of a work session type format, but is the plan just to have SCOA distribute again? And does this board make the decision on how much the total grants available are and who gets them and who's eligible, or what have we done or what do we need to do?
Last week, it was discussed in admin, and the direction from the board was for me to contact SCOED. They are interested in distributing the funds, and it is an agenda item today as well at 1 o'clock to discuss the SCOED agreement, or their amendment number 1, or 3 actually, to their agreement for these funds. And it is up to you how you want to distribute the funds.
Okay, so
The priority, I believe, was restaurant, bars, and gyms.
Well, I think it's whoever was impacted by the week, the newer week, but yeah, okay, so I guess it sounds like we'll be making some of those decisions this afternoon. Okay, good. Anything else from you?
Nope.
All right, we do have a motion on the table just for the acceptance of the grant amendment. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vic. Mr. Hartman, 11.1. That's you.
Morning, Aaron Hartman, Community Corrections. I'm here in the matter of approving the Community Corrections to apply for the 21-23 Oregon Criminal Justice Commission's Justice Reinvestment Grant and authorize me to sign. The background is in 2013, House Bill 3194, the Justice Reinvestment Act was passed by the Oregon Legislature. This created the Justice Reinvestment Grant Program. The goals of JRI are to reduce Oregon prison populations while increasing public safety and holding justice-involved individuals accountable. The avoided operational prison costs are reinvested in the state's local public safety systems through the Criminal Justice Commission. These grant funds must be used on community-based sanction services programs. Klamath County formed the Klamath Justice Advancement Collaborative in response to the JRI opportunity and has been awarded grant monies for KJAC's programs every biennium since the grant program implementation. KJAC is administered by Klamath County Community Corrections and funds programs with the Sheriff's Office, the District Attorney, and the Klamath Crisis Center. In addition to previous JRI metrics, the next grant biennium is focusing on embedding equity in justice reinvestment. The 2021-2023 JRI grant application will include criteria to increase the equity focus towards racial and ethnic minorities, women, LGBTQIA+, and other historically underserved communities. The application has been split into 2 parts. The first round is to determine the gaps in the criminal justice system and is due May 15th, and the second application will focus on programs and budget and will be due August 25th. There's no fiscal impact currently. This is just to approve the application, the first application process.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the Community Corrections to apply for round 1 of the 2023 Justice Reinvestment Grant and authorize Aaron Hartman to sign. Physical impact at this time is none.
I'll second that. So there is an active motion on the table now. Are there questions for the director or thoughts? All right, hearing none, we can vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.
Sure. Tom, why don't you come up and we'll do your item. Tom? Yep, come on up. Sorry, I couldn't hear me with that. 12.2.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're seeking an approval to spend outside the spending authority to purchase one surplus 2018 Dodge Journey from the on-site department. The fiscal impact is $14,243 from the Solid Waste Equipment Fund.
I'd like to make a motion the Klamath County Board of Commissioners authorize the Solid Waste Division to spend outside of the spending limits of $10,000 to purchase one used 2018 Dodge Journey SUV from the Klamath County On-Site Division. Physical impact is $14,243 from the Solid Waste Equipment Reserve Fund.
I'll second that. So there's a motion that's been made and seconded. Any questions for solid waste?
Seems to me, Tom, that this would have been a whole lot easier if you would have just been a better negotiator and just told her you're only gonna pay $9,999 for this.
It would have. But this was really low bid, so we're pleased with it.
Okay. I'm just surprised that you know, were so agreeable.
That was actually brought up at another time.
All right.
All right, hearing no other discussion, we can vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
You too. All right, Jennifer, we finally get your items, your 8,000 items that I see in front of me.
Man, well, better use of the time, right? All right, which one are we on?
10.2, which is
Okay.
Amendment 19.
Okay. So this is in the matter of approving amendment number 19 to our agreement number 159817, our IGA for financing public health through Oregon Health Authority. This updates our program element number 1, which is state support for public health. It adds very significant funding to our support for the COVID response work through fiscal year 2023. And so with this funding, we'll be able to hire, train, and retain staff to support our communicable disease response efforts for a minimum of 2 years, which was really great because the other amendments we've had have been very short duration, and so this one actually guarantees us this 2 years. And so this also gives us additional funding for isolation and quarantine, wraparound support services, and community partner support. And so this current agreement remains in effect through June 30th of 2021. So the fiscal impact is $1,635,174, and it'll go to our clinic nursing subdepartment 4044. But the funding can be utilized, it can roll over our unused funds through 2023.
I move that we approve Amendment 19 to Agreement 159817 IGA for financing of public health services between the State of Oregon and Public Health. The fiscal impact is additional grant revenue of $1,635,174 to Clinic Nursing Subdepartment 4044. This funding can be utilized through the end of fiscal year 2023, and this would also authorize Director Little to sign.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion that's been made. Any questions for the director?
I have none.
All right, nor do I. So all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. 10.3, the rental agreement.
So this is for approving an additional rental agreement with Crescent Community Club. As you recall, we hosted 2 vaccination events in March and April using the Moderna vaccine. And I would like to go host one last one on May 15th using the Johnson & Johnson, so it's just a one-time. And we already have paid the deposit of $100, and there's no additional rental fee for this space. And once this event is over, then they'll return our deposit.
I move that we approve the rental agreement between Public Health and Crescent Community Club and also authorize the department head to sign.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion, thoughts, comments?
None.
Hopefully, I saw the breakdown of vaccination rates by zip code, and I know it looked like we were pretty light in Chemult. So hopefully maybe we can do something extra to get the word out there, because that's pretty close for them.
It is, yeah, and we have been working with like the fire districts in Chemult, Crescent, Crescent Lake area, all of them, to try to help get the word out, both for their employees and then just citizens. And then I sent all 3 commissioners the flyers, so if you're the liaison for the community action teams, that'd be great if you could help spread the word there. And then there's a publication called Wise Buys, and it's like this little publication that it's just for North County, and so they're publishing that for free for us. We've
That's
got
great.
Val going on the radio up there, so hopefully we'll get a good turnout. We did last time, and I've gotten a few phone calls again, so hopefully we'll get a good turnout.
Yeah, I know. I was just really surprised to see that as sort of a hot spot. That one little area didn't. So hopefully, yeah, fingers
Doesn't
crossed.
surprise me at all. Those people, they want to be, that's who they are.
Yeah,
They want to be left alone. They don't, that's why they're there.
right.
And you know, our whole point is simply to offer and make it more available than making them drive an hour and a half south or an hour north.
Exactly. All right, we do have a motion on the table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. 10.4, the high-intensity drug trafficking one.
Yeah, so this is in the matter of approving an overdose detection mapping application program called ODMAP. And it's agreement between the Washington-Baltimore high-intensity drug trafficking area and Klamath County Public Health. So this agreement would provide us with the use of near real-time drug overdose surveillance of known and suspected overdose events occurring nationwide and, more importantly, locally. The purpose of this agreement is to enable participating agencies to develop effective strategies for addressing overdose incidents occurring within their jurisdictions. In addition, this will enhance the development of regional strategies designed to prevent the spread of substance use disorders resulting in overdose incidents. Furthermore, it will provide liaison, coordination, and resource assistance in the collection, storage, and exchange, dissemination, and analysis of this ODMAP data for participating agencies. This work is being completed as part of our program element 62, the overdose prevention work plan. And I'll just add that several counties in our region, Jackson, Josephine, Douglas, I think Crook is coming online, a lot of the other grantees that have this overdose prevention funding are using this tool as a way to coordinate and build overdose emergency response plans. So it's a pretty helpful tool, and it's free, which is even better.
Great. I'll move that we approve the overdose detection mapping application program agreement between Washington and Baltimore's high-intensity drug trafficking area and Klamath County Public Health, authorizing the department head to sign.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Questions for Director Little on that one? Hearing none, we can vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. And finally, 10.5.
This is in the matter of approving amendment number 4 to our agreement 157110, our IGA between the State of Oregon, DHS, and Public Health. This updates our effective agreement to continue the Future My Choice program with participating schools through June 30th of 2022. The My Future My Choice is a voluntary DHS-developed middle school sexual health education curriculum that meets the requirement of OAR 581-022-1440. My Future My Choice provides age-appropriate sexual education as an integral part of the health education curriculum. And this amendment gives us additional grant revenue of $19,700 to our health promotion subdepartment 4049, and the total agreement with this amendment is $78,800.
I move that we approve Amendment 4 to Agreement 157110 between Oregon acting by and through DHS and Oregon Health Authority and also Klamath County Public Health. The net fiscal impact is grant revenue of $19,700 to the Health Promotion Disease Prevention Subdepartment 4049 for a total agreement amount of $78,800, authorizing the department head to sign the agreement.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any questions for the director on that one?
Not at this time.
All right. Hearing none, let's vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you. We have a couple additional items just for the board. Item 9.1 is the matter of appointing Deneen Dale to the Klamath Falls Forest Estates Unit 2 Special Road District Board. The Road District Board has a vacancy and has recommended the appointment of the above-named individual who is willing, able, and eligible to serve a term on the board commencing this day and expiring December 31, 2023. I move that we approve and sign the attached order appointing Deneen Dale to the Klamath Falls Forest Estates Unit 2 Special Road District Board.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. We also have item 9.2. This is the matter of appointing Gail Maddock to the Bly Vector Control District Board. That board has a vacancy and has recommended the appointment of Gail Maddock, who is willing, able, and eligible to serve a term on the board commencing today and continuing until December 31, 2022, no fiscal impact. I move that we approve and sign the attached order appointing Gail Maddock to the Bly Vector Control District Board.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. And finally, item 9.3, the matter of appointing Jessica Bentreau, Audrey Collins, and Karen Bradley to the Rainbow Park Pine Ridge Estates Special Road District Board. That board has vacancies and has recommended the above-named individuals who are willing, able, and eligible to serve a term. The terms would be as follows: Jessica Bentreau commencing this day, expiring December 31, 2023. Audrey Collins commencing this day and expiring December 31, 2021. And Karen Bradley commencing the, January 1st, 2020, expiring December 31, 2022. No fiscal impact. I move that we approve and sign the attached order appointing Jessica Bentreau, Audrey Collins, and Karen Bradley to the Rainbow Park Pine Ridge Estates Special Road District Board.
Second.
Motion is on the table. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. That concludes our agenda. We will move into commissioner reports.
I have none for today.
Nor do I, so that makes it nice and easy. We'll adjourn at 9:08.